But Maino, he's in the back. And by the way, look, I took the liquor. I gave him some. The whole time I didn't think, because I didn't, that's why I'm so shocked at the internet shit. I'm like, Maino waited till a month later online to because you, like, listen, chat, I could joke with a friend. Like me and 6ix9ine could joke. I told 6ix9ine he was fat. 6ix9ine could be like, yo, Ak, you were doing that. He was joking too. You could tell by Maino's joking, he never with me. This is why I'm like, if I'm so lame and I'm this and I'm that and you this and you thought I did this, why are we taking shots? Why why? But chat, typical street. At least Jim Jones was like, yo, I don't like that shit. Jim Jones was making it clear. I don't like that online shit. Yo, you do you, I'ma do me. Me and Maino was taking shots like friends. I thought we were friends. I'm sorry.
You are the one.
Right? Okay. Now, let's go over here to one of our favorite topics. We got Hustle Hard Maino, who, let me tell y'all, chat, ever since 50 jumped in a conversation last night, Maino seems to be lactose intolerant. He seems to be, he's a new man. He wants no more smoke. He's not keeping the same energy. He's not talking out the side of his mouth. He's not tough. He's not belligerent. He's not calling people. Like, he has almost, and it's one of the few times I've ever seen a 360 where I've seen supposedly the tough guy now starting to come across and start to resemble damn near me. He sounds like me, right? You know, here's my demeanor. My demeanor was, Maino, I thought we was joking. His demeanor was a little bit more aggressive, like, yo, what's up, right? Now, it's always funny watching the tough guy meet a tougher guy. And when 50 now spoke to him in a very disrespectful way, right, he took my approach. Man, why are you mad? Why are you mad at this? I thought this was light commentary. By the way, everybody called me pussy for that, even though I've never said I was a street nigga in the first place. I thought me and Maino was having a roast battle till Maino started bringing up things. And just to let you know, everybody knows if you start bringing up things that, you know, comment on somebody's weight, whatever. Comment on somebody's dress, how they dress, whatever. Maino started going super personal, which usually if you say that to anyone, it goes off the internet. He went there with me. But of course he would go there with me because he's saying, well, I can't just gonna see me and punch me in the face or do something to me. So I looked at that. That's kind of feeling like you're that tough you could just get off or whatever. Cool. Now, I get it, and I told you this before when this all started. I said, you know, Maino's one of those guys that, and I'm predicting this now, Maino is going to be the Taxstone, the new version of Taxstone. He's a low IQ individual that when his jokes or his lack of intellect doesn't work, he's a person to go to the fist, violence, or to the gun. And trust me, like you, usually smarter podcasts and other people prey upon your lack of intelligence that you get sent to the penitentiary. Taxstone right now thinking he's doing a fire podcast in a chow hall. We know dummies like that. So I already told y'all when I was responding to Maino, I said, this is not going to go far because the reality is when it comes to this microphone and it comes to this content game, I've mastered getting under people's skin. Saying things that they probably don't have too much of a retort for, and then they usually get to a bag of, you're or start to say things that you can't really, there's no more conversation about. Now, before I get to Maino's, and we're gonna side by side it. We're gonna do what 6ix9ine does when he do at Vlad. We're gonna side by side it, right? But like, let's see this and let's see this. I also want to remind people, right? Because for me, I thought Maino saying I look like a jar of relish, I thought it was funny. I thought that was probably his funniest joke he had. He had some other jokes, didn't really hit as well, but he was trying, and I liked it. Where I drew the line is that Maino started to say, yo, you are a predator. You are a R word. You like boys. And I'm like, okay, that doesn't seem like jokes anymore. That seems like accusations. Like if I accuse Maino of molesting a a little boy or a little girl, I don't think he would say, oh no, Ak's joking, let me just keep joking back. I think he would say, yo, Ak, when I see you, I'm slapping the shit out of you, because that's not true. You're besmirching my character, and I don't f with people like that. That's what I would expect. But because Maino is seen as the tough guy, he could joke about anything or even just flat out lying when he can't win a war of words. Now, I wanted to, I wanted to juxtapose this with another moment, because as people are thinking about niggas like Maino, I knew Maino was performative. And before 50 came and told me, or told the world, that they were $250,000 in debt, they can't pay their rent, and basically these guys have blown all their fortunes buying Chroma Heart jeans and trying to dress like YNs, I was very shocked that Maino was online accusing me of things that, to be honest, you shouldn't joke about with any person unless you know it as an absolute fact. You calling somebody a pedophile. It's the same thing with Drake. You call somebody a pedophile. You call somebody a R word. You need to, it's like I've always said, with all due respect, Nipsey knew what he signed up for. The moment Nipsey called that man a snitch, what do you expect to happen? You should expect the consequences when you make those accusations, right? Now, of course, Maino's like, well, it's Ak, I could do whatever. But the internet, and I've always said, people like to champion the guys who go against me, because over 15 years of me doing content, I have definitely rubbed a couple people wrong. I'm not saying I'm a saint. So a lot of people are hyping Maino up. Now, they're going to skip this part. I was a little bit taken aback by the way that Maino went with the conversation when we're joking with each other. Like, yo, yeah, I said, Fab, why the hell Fab has a headband on? He said, well, Ak, you look fat as fuck and you don't got no style of dress. That's cool with me. Like, I'm not mad at that. But when he starts getting to, oh, you're a pedo, you're this, you're that, this shocked me, because a month ago, I ran into Maino in person. Now, I told y'all I ran into Maino in person. I was at the Barclays Center, and I was at Young Boy's show. And I'm there with all the 4K Trade members, and, we having a good time. Yo, shout out to my man, NBA Montana. He always brought me a big bottle of motherfucking 42. He a drinker. I'm a drinker. He always like, yo, Ak, I got to make sure you got your bottle, man. And it became a thing. Yo, make sure y'all bring a bottle for me, because when we turning up, watching the show, you got your bottle, I got my bottle. The NBA team, they love me. I love them. I get up there. I see Maino. Now, I remember even saying to Maino, because Maino said, yo, Ak, what up, man? We dap each other up, and I said, Maino, I couldn't, this is the first time I ever met you. I said, I don't even know if we ever had a problem. Maino says to me, Ak, we got no problem. Listen, man. So I said, I'm surprised to see you here. And he says to me, you're surprised to see me here. Why? I said, well, sometimes, older rappers, and I'm realizing this age thing fucks with them. I said, sometimes older rappers don't get the appeal of a young boy. And he told me, he's like, yo, not because people are older, that means they don't fuck with the young niggas. Like, nah, we fuck with young boy. Anyway, he's right there, and he's watching me. I'm turning up to every young boy song. I get the bottle of 42. Maino looks at me and say, yo, Ak, let me get a shot. And Maino knows this is true, too. I'm not even making him look bad. It's just reality, right? Yo, I get the YB cup. You're going to see me with the NBA Youngboy cup, because they had like some limited edition styrofoam shit I'm drinking. I say, yo, let's get some cups for everybody around. By the way, I'm not shitting on nobody. I'm spitting facts. Mike Kaiser from Atlantic is right there, too. I'm like, yo, get him some cups. Maino get a cup. Kaiser get a cup. I pour these guys shots, and we all cheers. Yo, cheer like we're living life. We're having a good time. The show is great. Great ambiance. No problems. I forgot until today I had the video proof. Now, the only reason why I'm playing this, if Maino thought I was a rapist, I was a pedophile, I was the weirdo, this and third, as a street nigga, why would he be in a video with me, 2 feet away from me, hand around me, taking alcohol from my bottle, if he felt that way? Or maybe this is how they move in the streets. Y'all let me know. We're both smiling. We're friends. Okay. It's another video. Maino's here. I have my assistant give him a cup. You see, he's over there like, and I'm like, all right, he's doing the gangsters don't dance. We just pull up our pants, do the lean. He's ready to do the lean back. Yo, get Maino a cup. Get my man Maino. And by the way, I'm not even shitting on him. We're having a good time. Let's get him some 42. We're having a good time. Look, takes the cup. I'm having a good time. Hey! Rolling cause a bishop, got my effing in tucked. Mansion cause a high school. By the time I turn my kids up, I've been up. Don't give a fuck. Having a good time.
Got a lot of kids.
Now, this is out. See, we got 3 over there. Shout out to my man OG3. Montana, this is actually the first video. When they pull up, you're going to see Maino in the back. They pull up. They open the go yard bag. Act. What you want? We got to get you right. We love you. It's NBA 4K Trey. Act. Come on now. Everybody know that? All right. You see Herm, Montana, 3. Yo, here's your box. Yo, I tell him, I say, yo, listen, I need some cups. You know what I mean? Yo, Montana, I love Montana. Montana always got me right with it. He always got me some Red Bulls. He always had when this nigga came with a backpack, all he had was liquor. Look.
Right.
Yup. Birdman is right there. Like, yo, these are fam to me. Like, they treat me so good. These are my peoples. Look. Yeah. Maino's somewhere over here. By the way, there's security right here. Security's just chilling, you know what I mean? But I'm with the team. I'm with the gang. This is 4K trade. You feel what I'm saying? Oh, Maino's right here. Now, I don't know if Maino, and this is what we got to see. Maino's looking over, looking like he's hating. Hi, hater. Look. I'm with the 4K trade niggas. We having a good time. Feel me? Having a good time. They gave me the bottle. All right, we lit. Yeah. Oh, yeah. 42 on deck. They treated me really well on that tour.
Right.
Yeah. Young boys on stage. Birdman about to pull up. I'll show you it all. Security in the cut. But Maino's over here like, why they fuck with act like that? Y'all see Maino? Y'all see Maino over there? That's Maino. I'm just letting y'all know. Maino's right there. Again, we're all having a good time. Maino comes in. He's watching. Yo, Atkins, 4K Trey, that's the fam. Maino was over there doing this meme. I don't like this shit. Look. This was Maino while I'm kicking it with the guys. This Maino. Look.
Hey, them fools go right there.
This Maino watching. other than that, let's get on to Fifth. Now, Fifth ain't playing with these niggas, man. And we're going side-by-side energy, okay? So Fifth comes out. Shout out to my boy Fifth. And after Fifth heard some critique of his documentary, actually Jim Jones put it and called it a mockumentary, Fifth let all these guys have it. This is what Jim Jones and the crew had to say.
About you wanted to be a dope documentary.
You gotta be dope.
On who you are, what you've done.
I don't know, boy.
You've accomplished. Like, a documentary is a big thing. Like, you don't want nobody doing a documentary about some like trying to just make your whole character look weak. Like, that's petty behavior.
I want to know the company that did it so we can talk. You know what I mean? Because if it's on me, I need. You know what I mean?
I don't understand why that's like legal to do though.
Documentary is more like a
seem like
mockumentary.
it-
Shit like
yeah,
that.
it should be-
How can it even be called a documentary? You can call a documentary when it's not. When it's
Once you become, if you're
If you
a
that
public person,
figure,
you're in the
they can just
news,
do it.
you can be Google.
so do you think that it's wrong or not?
I think
not
it's
with
wrong.
I want some documentary about you. You wanted to be a dope documentary.
You gotta be dope.
On
Okay.
who you are.
All right. Now, we played the extended clip when they were talking about it. You know, honestly, do I think it was really harsh critique? Not necessarily, because they were saying stuff other people have been saying, but I do think that because they're rappers, and that's the thing that, you know, they have to also adjust to. So the reign that 50 might look at it if I make a comment, and I realize this with Joe Budden, right? Joe would make a comment, and then I would make a comment, and shit, I said that to even Drake about For All the Dogs, right? And sometimes they pick and choose, and they might be like, oh no, they went too far with this. But sometimes there's a shared understanding of, okay, if Axe says something or Flacco says something or like motherfucking like Trapalo Ross, like these guys are not street dudes, they're commentators. When you say it as somebody from the streets and somebody who's a rapper, and you come out and be like, nah, that's some lame shit, it hits different. And I think that's where 50 probably took his offense from. He said, yo, I understand Diddy was your hero. Now, also, here's the thing, too. And remember, I do know some people who are like, yo, Ak, you know, you stop kind of going at him. Because remember, I made a joke about Fabulous, not Maino. I made a joke about Fabulous. Now, of course, if I was on some crash out shit and like vindictive shit, like, yeah, like, I could just keep going at all of them. But like, I don't think that's fair because like, it was a harmless joke. I'm not beefing. But you know how 50's thinking? Well, y'all are criticizing my documentary because Fabulous has been in compromising positions, allegedly. Fabulous Diddy. We all know this, right? Everybody knows this clip.
Mr. Lee,
Yeah, I love this drink.
Where you
chance
put my
with you. I
bag
like
at?
when you like this, Daddy.
Yeah, where you put my bag
Daddy,
at,
I like
Mr.
when
Lee?
you.
So you got to imagine, this is how 50's thinking about it. Y'all criticizing my documentary, but it's a way to disguise the fact that whatever y'all had going on, y'all seem to be protective of it. And by the way, let's get to that.
Birthday to you. Woo! Happy birthday, you're fabulous. Happy birthday to you.
Why won't you party with me for your birthday, man?
We partied for my birthday before. You came to my party.
But me and you ain't never really party, you know what I'm saying?
Happy birthday.
Mr. Lee,
Remember when asked about it?
I like when you like this,
50
Daddy.
came up here and he was giving you flack for the asking Fab the parties. They said you were sounding real suspect on the interview.
Yeah. I was coming off of being in Miami a night of party, and I don't really remember what I was saying. You know what I'm saying?
Would you like a reminder?
Yeah, sure.
I like when you like this, Daddy.
where you put my bag
Daddy,
at,
I like
Mr.
when
Lee?
you
it's
scrambling
right here,
and
it's right
scraping for
here.
shit.
Oh, scrambling and scraping is crazy.
When you
it's right here, it's
scrambling
right
and
here.
scraping.
Show, I like it, Daddy, when you're scrambling and scraping.
Daddy, I like when you
it's right here, it's
scrambling
right
and
here.
scraping for
No, no,
shit.
no, no.
Now, I agree with y'all. When I say leave Fab alone, I haven't heard Fab come out and lob any type of like defense of Diddy. Like he just kind of like, yo, leave me out of group chat right now. Like, leave me alone. Fab got his own stuff going on. Like nobody. Like again, I got to be honest. Even though Fab's on his podcast, Fab seems to not really want to get into other people's mess because he knows he as well has like there's a glass house there to a certain extent, right? Like you know what I mean. If you know when you have people like Maino who are talking about abuse allegations, like come on now, are you looking around or are you just like you're just glued to your phone, brother, right? But it's neither here nor there, and we don't need to bring it up. And that's why I never went down that angle because shit, if I was looking at this like that, I would have came through with a treasure trove of information about everybody because there is information on everybody. But that's not how I looked at it. However, you got to imagine how 50's thinking about this. 50's thinking about this very differently than if somebody else critiqued it. You're saying, wait, y'all critiquing it, But some of the people on the podcast that's critiquing it, of course, they have some interest, some